I called this song To Be Human because I wanted to create a song that detailed the experience of uncertainty and I suppose the experience of being confused and in limbo about what your purpose is in life, what life is even about, why you're here, what you are meant to be doing. That's a question that I've always had. Certain times in my life it's bugged me more than others. However, since writing this song, I'm actually quite at peace with the fact that everything is pretty much uncertain, and that's just part of being a human being. The inspiration behind the song was really based on trying to create this view of the world from up above. I moved around a lot as a kid. I spent, summers in Russia, in the Ukraine. My dad works in Japan for a long time. I'm from Greece, so this is very much part of my growing up. I wanted to create this feeling of unity and sameness across the world because the past 4 years, a lot of what we've seen in our politics and in our media is about division. Joel Little produced the song. I felt like this song had a really powerful emotion behind it, and I wanted the production to match that. The pagodas and the palaces dressed in gold leaf hide the damages. So I wrote the first verse before going away to Japan on my own traveling. So I actually hadn't been there for a while, but I do have a huge love for the country. My dad and my mum and sister had lived there before I was born. I was conceived in Nagasaki, so I just feel a kinship with Japanese culture. Spot the geisha as she balances. Life's a cakewalk full of challenges. I think I used the image of the geisha because geishas are so perfect and beautiful looking and very elegant. And then I paired it with Life's a Cakewalk full of challenges because nothing is ever really what it seems. You can have something that's painted gold, but you can't really see the chips and cracks. I think that was mirroring what was going on in our political situation. All of our cracks were beginning to show as a society. Go to Russia, see the Red Square, Lenin's body lying dead there. From Kyoto, Hiroshima, watch the black cloud crawling nearer. But I think I was at a time in my life where I just felt like very uncertain and confused about things, and I just didn't get the human experience. Like, I don't know what I'm here for, what I should be doing in my life. And I think I was trying to work through that by looking at history from a more objective angle. Lenin's death, the fact that his body was like put on display in a tomb. I did that like when I was 10. And I remember just thinking, this is so freaky. Like, you go down into the ground, walk around his body, and then you just go up again. And like, there are queues all day for this. And then pairing that with atrocities like Hiroshima, it's just kind of painting humanity in this way where we can look at it and say, what are we doing? If people were up in the stars looking down at us, what would they be thinking? We're like riding around in these Rolls Royces and like caring about things that don't fucking matter. They don't matter, but we spend our time focusing on it. Why? There were riots in America just when things were getting better. In the video for the line, there were riots in America just when things were getting better, I wanted to include footage from Black Lives Matter protests in America and in the UK as well. All the things I've done and seen, still I don't know what life means. All the people living in the world today. We're united by our love. We're united by our pain. Ooh, all the things that I've done and I've seen. Still, I don't know what it means. So the chorus is just talking about the universal themes of love and fear and how we are all really united in the fact that we all feel the same emotions. Fly to Athens, past the Parthenon, see the village where my father's from. I am half Greek, my dad's Greek, my mum is Welsh. I'm very proud of my Greek heritage, particularly because I haven't really talked about it much before on other albums. And so that lyric is talking about the village that I spent pretty much every summer of my childhood in. It's a really tiny little village on the top of a mountain in an island called Lefkada. Going back, there was like going back into the 1940s. Like they only got electricity in like the 70s, I think. To Chicago from Angola, Sao Paulo to Verona. So Chicago is important to my family because my dad went there when he was 21 and he worked there as a waiter in a Greek restaurant for like a number of years. And we also had great uncles who had gone there. Angola I've never been to. Verona I have been to. Sao Paulo I've been to. I just wanted to create this feeling of bringing people together. Just thinking of my Brazilian fans right now. Very strong fan base. And anywhere you go, you'll see people are just like you and me. The message that we keep on seeing in the media, which is that if you're from a different country or like a different continent, then you are like so obviously different from us that you're a threat. Whereas I believe that people aren't that different actually. All the things I've done and seen, still I don't know what life means. To be human, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Still I don't know what it means. To be human, a real human being. It's trying to comprehend through all the experiences that a person has in their life, all the things that I've done, all the places that I've gone to, that's still not enough to help me understand what it is to be a human, how it is best to live my life. At that time when I was writing the song, I just found that so worrying. I like to think about how we all look from afar. People driving fancy cars look like Beatles to the stars. The missiles and the bombs sound like symphonies gone wrong. It's good to separate yourself sometimes and to picture like how someone up in space would look down on us and what they would think if they were seeing like bombs going off in different parts of the earth. It's a strange thought to have. And if there is a God, they'll know why it's so hard. Because of Christian religion, I immediately think of it as like an old white man with a beard. And I don't think God is anything like human beings if God exists. I want connection, ooh. I wanna feel human again. Lost my direction, ooh. I think I've attached so much of my like sense of self with who I was as an artist that I didn't really have anything else in me for like my everyday being. I didn't really know how to live life outside of that, and so that caused like a lot of conflict in me, and I felt completely untethered for a long time. I wanna feel human again, to be human. Ooh, to be human. To be human. To be human. The structure of this song is kind of unorthodox. I like pop music, not necessarily because of like the production or the lyrics. I like it because of the format. I love hooks and I love things making sense. When I went into the studio to record it with Joel Little, I think we did talk about the structure, and I said, it's a bit long. It was like 5 minutes long at that point. And I said, do you think we should cut it? And actually he was like, no, I think it's a story and you should leave it. If I weren't a human being, I would choose to be a cat. I would choose to be my own cat because she gets treated so well. I feel like she has a better life than me. She gets combed every day.